No, so I don't have a crazy testimony like most people. My testimony isn't one of those crazy testimonies where I fell completely rock bottom and found my way back that way. And in my teenage years and shortly after, I separated myself from Jesus and never stopped believing per se, but I wasn't living a life headed towards Him like I am, or I'm trying to be today. After having my first child, being married and losing it all, lost a home, lost a vehicle, lost a job, and had a new baby on the way all in the same year. So my faith was tested, and I found my way back. I saw the way the world was going into dark places. I saw the world around us falling apart, and I saw how it had an effect on me and how it separated me. And I wanted to set the example for my kids. I wanted to lead them in the right direction, and the only time that I ever really had hope and I had something to live for was when I put my faith in Jesus. I wanted something better for my kids, and that's when I had to make the decision to find my way back and start devoting myself back to Christ. The world continued to seem to head in worse directions. And I didn't choose to be this leader or anything like that. It just so happened that the more I started seeing these things play out, and I started to read more in the gospel and in the Bible, I started to see a role play for me. I've been reading in Ephesians, actually. Christ chose certain people to be apostles and evangelists and pastors, and not everyone's called to be these things, but I feel like we all have our role in the kingdom, and mine just so happens to be a fighter. I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, taekwondo black belt. I'm a martial artist. It's what I've done my whole life. I have a jiu-jitsu academy here in Slidell, and a fighter is just who I am, and that's in all things. I fight for my marriage, I fight for my children, I fight for my family, and now I'm fighting for the world around us and for my faith, and I want to fight back against the darkness and the evil that thinks it could take over our world. I want to spread the love and the gospel and the good word that Christ brings to us through the salvation that's promised from His sacrifice for us on the cross. And I want to spread that without fear in the world that we live in that tries to make us scared of that. I'm not afraid to speak His name. I'm not afraid to pray for people in public if that's what they need. I'm not afraid to invite people to church, invite people to Christ, because I know the hope that it's given me and my family. I came in here as a leader for my family, and shortly after that, my son, sitting at a deer stand on a cold November morning, looked at me and said, "Dad, after watching you get baptized, I want to get baptized." And after that, shortly after that, a couple weeks later, my mom, who I was raised in the Catholic church with, my mom, I have her in the church with us now, and she decided she wanted to get water baptized the same way Jesus got baptized. She asked Pastor Carey if it was okay if I was the one to baptize her, so I got to walk in the water with her and Pastor Carey and baptize my mother, which was not only a great feeling and moment for her, but it was for me and my faith as well. It was encouraging for our congregation, and that's how the kingdom works. I want to encourage others to fight for their loved ones and for their faith, and to me that's how the kingdom of Christ expands. That's how we fight back against the darkness, and we can all be warriors of the light. We can all be fighters, and as long as we're all fighting for Christ and we unite in that, we can't lose, and I refuse to lose.